I'm going to just experiment with something here. Ain't no way this is going to look good. Yeah, I can confirm it doesn't. Just wasted everyone's time there. Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name's Aaron Kelly. You can actually see me now, which is ideal. Welcome back to The Verdict, the Premier League Verdict. I hope you guys are keeping well. Slap a like on the video if you do go on to enjoy. We have just witnessed potentially game of the season at Old Trafford, and it's a result that doesn't ultimately really help Bournemouth or Manchester United. But Bournemouth obviously going into this game in really, really poor form. I think winless in their last 6 or 7. Stop, don't make the joke, alright? I've said this time and time again, let's be mature adults here. But Manchester United fairly patchy, but had a chance to close in on the top 4 tonight, but they have dropped 2 points at Old Trafford. A 4-4 draw between Ruben Amorim's side and Iraiola's side as well. An incredible game of football. United 2-1 up at the break. Ahmad giving them the lead before Semenyo equalised. Casemiro's goal right at the end of the first half, having United rather in front at the break. And then Bournemouth took control. They actually went 3-2 up in the game. 2 quick fire goals right at the start of the second half from Evan Nielsen and Marcus Tavernier before Bruno Fernandes levelled things up. Matheus Cunha then gave them the lead with 11 minutes to play, but it was far from done as Bournemouth did get their equaliser with 6 minutes of time left to play. And I think there was plus 10 of fucking stoppage time. Incredible scenes. Manchester United 4, Bournemouth 4, and this is why we love the Premier League. The result, like I say, not ultimately really helping United or Bournemouth all that much. United still remain 2 points outside the top 4 and 1 outside that Europa League spot, which is currently being occupied by Crystal Palace. Speaking of Crystal Palace, it was always going to be a tough test of their credentials, I suppose, to see if they were all they are cracked up to be in terms of a Champions League contender, which I don't think many people are considering them at this point, but they could have gone back into the top 4, but Manchester City defeated them by 3-0. Erling Haaland at the double at Selhurst Park, and it was, I have to say, a pretty standard Manchester City win, and another unbelievable Erling Haaland performance. And he's at a point now, Haaland, where he's doing these incredible things even still, but we're still watching him like it's standard. It's Haaland. This is what he does. But we're in December now. We're about halfway through December, and Erling Haaland has 17 Premier League goals to his name. I mean, he's getting to those levels now where he's doing things that are extraordinary, and we're all just like, well, that's just an average week's work for Erling Haaland, isn't it? But he is the man that if Man City are going to win this league this season, he is the man they're going to always look to inspiration, and you can easily see why. And I do think, as of right now, the momentum is definitely with Manchester City. Arsenal did win the weekend, and they still do remain 2 points clear in the title race. And can I just say, I am happy there is somewhat of a title race. There was times this season so far where it looked like Arsenal were going to run away with it. Doesn't seem to be the case anymore, and they coughed and spluttered their way, didn't they, to a 2-1 win over Wolves on Saturday evening. They actually relied on 2 own goals. One of them, absolutely crazy circumstances, goes in off the post, and he goes Saka's corner off the post, hits Sam Johnston in his fucking buzz cut fucking head and goes into the back of the net. Probably a bit of a worry for Arsenal fans to see them struggle so badly against not only the worst team in the league this season, but arguably one of the worst teams the Premier League's ever seen. And I really don't think that is an exaggeration when you look down the foot of the table and you see Wolves, after 16 games, are still winless, just the 2 points to their name. And it is worrying for Arsenal that it took that kind of level of shithousery and just Wolves being silly goofy for them to win that game. Very worrying scenes for them. Very worrying scenes as well for West Ham, who did lead against Aston Villa and threw it away. I think Morgan Rogers' goal, a screamer as it was the winner for them, and it did keep Villa third in the Premier League and still breathing down the necks of Manchester City, and they're only 3 points off the top themselves, are Aston Villa. But there does seem to be a bit of a gap opening up now between Villa City and Arsenal, and then the rest. Chelsea did get back to winning ways. A 2-0 win over Everton in the 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. And I suppose the best news about this was the fact that Cole Palmer is back and back amongst the goals. And December's form has shown, and I say this so often, there's very few teams in this league worse than Chelsea Football Club in December. I don't know what it is. We can't do it. There's no point. This is where the season 9 times out of 10 for Chelsea falls off a fucking cliff, and it kind of has done. There was talks of a title race. We go and beat Barcelona, hammer Barcelona, put up a really good showing against Arsenal, look like there could be a chance that we could at least challenge for the league. But I think it's fair to say the last couple of results have certainly disproved that. You look at Chelsea's incredibly patchy form, only 2 wins in the last 5, a loss and 2 draws sandwiched in between all of that. But look, a win is a win. Everton are quite often a bit of a sticky customer when Chelsea play them, and they've actually been doing okay this season, Everton. So a win is a win. We'll take it. Liverpool also back to winning ways, a 2-0 win for them at the weekend, and Mo Salah did make his return. I think there was an injury to Joe Gomez in the first half, and Arne Slot did throw him on, and he managed to get an assist not long after coming on in typical Mo Salah fashion. I think he moved clear in terms of goals of his. I think he's in the top few now anyway, and another record shattered from Mo Salah and for Liverpool, who are slowly but surely getting themselves back. A good performance against Inter and win against Inter in the Champions League during the week, and then a good win at the weekend as well to keep themselves back on track. And we'll finish off with the Tyne Weir Derby, the first one since Sunderland's return to the Premier League, and it was Sunderland, the Black Cats, that got the better of the Magpies, and it was fully deserved. And it was a Nick Voltemada own goal, and an incredible header, by the way. Can I just say, if he's up the other end of the pitch, that is an unbelievable centre forwards header from Nick Voltemada, but proper freak show stuff. And Sunderland get all 3 points, and thoroughly deserved. They were the only side that looked like they were coming out trying to play football. Really only when they were kind of sitting back in the last 10-15 minutes did Newcastle look like doing anything. But I have to say, I am delighted for Sunderland. They are 8th in the Premier League now and clear of Everton there by 4 points, and actually level with Crystal Palace, Man United, Liverpool, all on 26 points there and only 2 points off the top 4. So it's been an incredible season so far from Sunderland. I think Sunderland are a lot of people's kind of second team in a weird way. I think because they've gone so far into the pits that is the English kind of football league system, back-to-back relegations, they had their incredible fucking documentary, and now they're back in the big time. It just feels right having Sunderland back in the league. I can't really describe it. Grievac did it pretty well on the podcast that we did a couple of months ago. It just does feel nice to have Sunderland back in the league and thriving. And I think they have a very poor record against Sunderland in their last couple of games. That is Newcastle, of course. And they've not the best record in the league this season either. And there has been a lot of question marks over Eddie Howe and how long more will he be given, I suppose, as Newcastle manager. They are doing quite well in Europe, so I guess that's probably saving them to a degree. But with the kind of money Newcastle have spent, the kind of quality of squad that they have, obviously Isak left, but they replaced him with Voltemada, and they've spent a good bit of money over the last couple of years in general, Newcastle. You'd think they should be challenging for Europe, and at the very least, and potentially even to try and get back into the Champions League for next season. And to finish off this video, Tottenham Hotspur back at it again. Absolutely smashed by Nottingham Forest. And that's where we're going to wrap it up, lads. Let me know your thoughts on the weekend's games in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new. Let me know how your team is getting on this season and if you are happy with your team's performances. And we will catch you next time. Take care and peace.